For the last 2 years, Karla Pearce has opened the doors to her art gallery, inviting the local community to participate in the second annual Emerging Artist Competition.
Who's the winner?
A panel of judges, comprised by prominent members of the community, come together and enjoy an evening of artwork and conversation. They are tasked with the difficult job of deciding who will win first prize in the show.
I have no experience at art other than my kids' art, so when Karla asked me to come down, she wanted a cross-section of judges, specifically non-artists, so that we can look at it from a subjective and a outside point of view. I said, yeah, it would be fun. What to do? Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming tonight. I really appreciate it, and I know that all the kids appreciate it and the adults appreciate it too. Please keep in mind that very few, I think we only have a couple, maybe even one professional artist in this show. So everyone in the show is an amateur. They are a student. It's like a hobby for them, and they're very sensitive about their work.
The judges carefully examine every piece of the children's artwork. Then they handwrite individual notes encouraging and commenting on what the kids have created. All of the children in the kids and youth category will receive the judges' comments and ribbons opening night.
I'm just so encouraged to see that so many people, or so many of our young people, are getting out and painting, because this is the world of electronics these days, and a lot of kids just don't make it to painting class, and I think it's a great outlet for them. It's a great way to express their creativity.
And the level of awareness of the kind of artistic techniques that they seem to have at such a young age just blows me away. Yeah.
For most children, creativity is something that comes easy to them. Around the age of 12, something changes and children begin to perceive the world more or less as it is. This affects their artwork, and often at this time, children will stop painting.
We might not always understand what they were going for, but it's cool to see, them take something in their mind and pick up a paintbrush and put it onto a canvas. It's pretty cool.
Some of the young students that are highly creative will continue making art. They are the ones that need art in their life and hang on to the spark of imagination. Often, students that are creative throughout their teenage years will continue to be creative throughout their adult lives.
Frozen movie, yes. Okay.
Considering that this is the sum total of my creativity, I think that they did a fantastic job.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Music was the first fine arts that I sort of grew into. It's just wonderful. It makes me so happy, and it's really helped me get out of some darker places as sort of a distraction. When I'm playing music or composing or improvising on the piano is my favorite. It helps me get out of my own head. Well, I don't really have that great of a relationship with my mother currently. It was tying me down a lot mentally, so before I could make the steps to end up on my own, I had to do a bit of couch surfing and try to make ends meet. It was the best option at the time. I've done foster care and living with relatives and friends and all that, and it really isn't beneficial to my happiness. So I was in high school for 2 years and worked full-time on top of that, so that's a lot of hours a week. Then I became involved in theater. I did theater camps and whatnot when I was younger and enjoyed it, but music was always my main passion. My favorite is musical theater, actually, and the last year that I went, I was leading their musical for Guys and Dolls, and it was a lovely experience. Liz mentioned that Karla was having a scholarship and that she had nominated me for it for Karla's art classes. So then I went down and introduced myself to Karla and I've been going to her art class ever since. Sometimes I go in on the weekends and whatnot, whenever I have free time, and just paint in her gallery. It's a wonderful environment to, feed that artistic setting that's essential to creating and painting.
Walk through a lot of different lines.
In the adult category, all artists compete for first, second, and third place prizes. The competition is tough and the judges have a hard job of determining the winners.
Really well done, and I would be happy giving it an honorable mention.
I don't
Yes.
quite get that type of art, but I'm just super impressed with what
Yeah.
he's done. So
Should get honorable mentions.
This one here?
Now I see it.
Just because of the fact that he saw something in a piece of wood, and he was able to bring it out, and I saw it as soon as you said the name.
His artistic eye, exactly.
Realistic.
I know it's very subjective, but as Karla explained the pieces after we looked at them and before we looked at them, and it gave us a different perspective within a few seconds, I thought it was very educational from both the kids and the adults' art.
Yeah, I used to be a construction contractor building additions for people. I was doing that actually when I got sick. I was halfway through a job and the next day I was in the hospital. Well, actually it was 2 weeks later I woke up in the hospital. My pancreas was dying and poisoning the rest of the body. I technically died twice. I had a girlfriend who was a professional potter. So for recovery, I thought, oh, let's take a pottery class. Yeah? It's easy work, right? Yeah, it's not that easy. It certainly took my mind off it, and it kept me busy. The illness actually forced me to reconsider what I've been doing in life and to actually try to make a lot more of it. I got into about the third or fourth class, and something just went bing, and I thought, that's it. It's going good. I'm enjoying it. This is what I want to do.
Because you've got that. Well, that looks like an oil painting this prize.
It's very well laid out in regards to the composition of the paint.
I think it should be a finalist just because of how she made it.
But I really like that. I like that fiber artwork.
It reminds me of my house because I have young kids and I have cozy furniture, but everything around it can sometimes look like that on a Saturday afternoon.
probably my age.
Okay, yeah.
Got into painting when I was in high school, in grade 10. And since then, I really like doing art day. It's just something I was interested in, and I wanted to get into school. And I was probably in my maybe late 20s, mid 20s when I really started doing any art. And that's when I started to really focus on it. And I done a lot of stuff, but I never finished it because it seems you have to be inspired to do it. And I'm a perfectionist, and when something doesn't look right, I leave it for a while, which I left it for probably over 20 years, haven't gone back. So I have a lot of artwork that I haven't completed yet. And I didn't realize how good I'd done, because when I entered this contest, I looked through my paintings and I was really impressed at my work. I haven't looked at it for over 20 years.
Can this one go?
No.
No.
I like it too.
Okay.
I feel like I know this person, but I don't. And I feel like he must live here. And I think there's a story behind that.
That's a great painting.
He looks old and young.
Yeah.
It's a skill that I don't have.
And I was noticing that as I kind of stare at it more and more, it reveals itself.
We can't give them all honorable mentions.
No, we cannot get the different types of paint going on.
Outside of a competition, the art show is also a place where artists can come together as a community, share creative ideas, and celebrate their accomplishments.
With the people in the arts community, it is wonderful and super easy to make connections with them. I've always kind of felt like a square peg in a circular hole through the public education system where arts isn't really that much of a focus, and they take the national average of every student in Canada and then design the program based on that. And the farther you are from that average Jane Doe, the harder it's going to be. So the arts is really, it's a specialized community. You make your friends based on mutual interests and common likes, and I've found some great people.
A lot of the friends that I've had have gone to university, got their arts degree, they're out in the art world. You know, they're struggling, but still their stuff is amazing. And I don't have an art degree, and I'm doing it just myself. I'm learning everything seat of my pants.
I think it's like music. Music makes people happy. Art makes some people happy. Whatever they choose to do in their life, like riding horses or planting a garden or flowers. I'm the person that I like to paint what I see.
Written notes. This isn't just, you know, a little piece of paper or a number next to your painting. These are all handwritten, very personal notes from members of our community, and I think that's a real positive thing for everyone in the show. All right. Very good. Let's move on. Who's the winner? Which one do you think is the best piece?
Karla Pearce begins the task of setting up the art show. There is a lot to do in a very short period of time. Her artwork must be taken down, the walls must be cleaned, primed, and painted. This creates a blank wall where Pearce will hang the show. There are many things to consider when hanging an art show. The medium of the piece, whether it's a sculpture or a painting, the size of each piece, the colors, and how they all relate to one another within that room.
Jackie, can you see, is this one in line? Yeah. It is, eh? Imagine that.
I mean, I think most pieces that are really compelling to me have that story. There's something in the artist's life that they wanted to communicate. Maybe there is a place they visited that, you know, is significant to them. Or a person, for example, who, you know, means a lot to them.
I took a picture of my husband in black and white, and I thought that would be the perfect painting for me to do in the black and white tones. And I approached my teacher in regards to doing this, and he told me that would be really challenging because it's hard to do somebody that you know or you love, and I wanted that challenge, and I done it.
Image that's supposed to grab you first in regards to whether or not you're going to like it or not. And then you kind of work towards what the story's all about.
It represents, or it's one of the aspects that represents how my life changed when I got sick. So how I shattered from what I previously was to what I am now.
There is an excitement in the air as people begin to line up to see the artwork in the show. Artists of all ages, family members, and friends visit with each other in front of the gallery while waiting with anticipation for the doors to open.
We've got 55 minutes and counting. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, it's no problem. This is all right. Yeah. Okay. It's worth the wait.
Doesn't matter to me. It's line to go in, I guess.
Well, I take any opportunity I can in regards to the art. So if you're going to put a whole bunch of art-oriented people in the same room, I want to be there.
I've been working really hard on it, and I've never been at a gallery or anything like that, so I'm really excited for it.
I like it because my granddaughter painted it. Okay. She is a little bit of an artist, but abstract, you know. She is, well, there she is, right there. Give her a smile. Give her a smile. There you go.
I'll be curious to get feedback from people. With all the fine arts, I'm relatively new to visual arts, so it's one of the first few paintings I've actually done. So
it's very creative. She's got a lot of different colors to it. It's really beautiful, really expressive, and something that's out of the ordinary, which is really neat. I love it.
If I see something that I really like, it doesn't matter what kind of mood I'm in. The painting could change my mood dramatically, and sometimes a painting could make you deep in thought of